Wow, it's been a while since I've done one of these. Anyway, what's up, guys? This is Mulligan, and welcome to my first Pokemon battle that will be uploaded to this channel. Uh, this is a X and Y OU battle. I am actually on the other side. I am the user signpost, and just a pretty simple OU match that I had not too long ago. It's probably been a couple of weeks, but definitely be on the lookout for more content that is from Pokemon, I guess. I have no idea what I'm saying right now. There's going to be more Pokemon videos that'll be put up on this channel. I'm going to be doing some X and Y OU and things like that. But anyway, let's look at the team preview. He's got a pretty offensive team. I am thinking that either Fortress or Mamoswine is going to be the Stealth Rocker. But I think he's either going to lead with Mamoswine or Talonflame, expecting the Deoxys Speed lead because I'm running Deoxys S. But I have a little surprise for him, actually. So I'm actually going to lead with Hippowdon, expecting either Mamo or Talonflame, and I can set up Stealth Rock pretty easily and get up Sand. Anyway, let's get the battle started. Alright, so as I said, I'm going to be leading with Hippowdon, expecting the Talonflame or Mamoswine lead, predicting him to predict me to lead with Deoxys Speed. So I'm free to Stealth Rock here. He's going to U-turn out and go to Fortress. I'm going to switch to Mismagius so I can spin block, expecting Rapid Spin. But Fortress actually ends up being the rocker and not Mamoswine. Though it would have been nice since since the team actually looks pretty offensive, but for it was possible too. In hindsight, I actually didn't think it would be Fortress, but I'm gonna Will-o-Wisp and hoping to catch something, knowing Talonflame's not coming in. He stays in the Rapid Spin, and you would think, why would my opponent do that? And I honestly should have known something was up because I Shadow Ball thinking it was a misclick or misplay, but before he shows the red card, and Gyarados gets dragged in and my opponent gets the spin off. Not a huge deal since the Hippowdon can set up Stealth Rock again pretty reliably, but I do lose to tempo. I go to Skarmory expecting Fori to spike up because I'm running Defog. I figured I'd stay in and spam Defog until Fori dies from burn damage and keep hazards off my side of the field. That's exactly how this exchange goes, and I just Brave Bird in case my opponent wanted to get cute and switch, and Brave Bird would KO Fori regardless at that point. But in comes the Gengar here. The problem is I'm actually running specially defensive Skarmory, so I'm staying into Brave Bird since Shadow Ball doesn't 2-hit KO from full. But this man has Hypnosis and it hits. Why? So I go back to Hippowdon because that's specially defensive as well. I figure I can set up Stealth Rock, then slack off and go to something else. But this thing also has Will-o-Wisp, and I'm like, is this X and Y? Did I accidentally click Advanced OU and I'm playing on the wrong ladder? Then the crit happens, and it doesn't destroy my Hippo, so I'm like, okay, this is X and Y. But I call hacks on that, by the way, since the special defense drop I got earlier didn't matter at all. And he gets a special defense drop. So I go to Venusaur, Shadow Ball comes my way, he gets another special defense drop. And at this point I'm like, fine, I'll just sack Hippo, go to Deoxys S, show this man I'm Life Orb, and kill this Gengar with the Psycho Boost. Which happens. So Talonflame's gonna come out, and I'm figuring it's banded. So I'm gonna go to Gyarados to drop this fool. But it turns out he is not banded. He actually shows the Tailwind here, which was a bit surprising for me. I don't see Tailwind Talonflame that often, but he U-turns out and he is carrying the Life Orb. So he goes to Medicham, and here I'm going to switch out for two reasons. One, to scout for Thunder Punch because some Medichams carry it, and I need to keep Gyarados healthy for his Crawdaunt, especially since his Rocker's gone. So I'm gonna go to Mismagius. He goes for the Psycho Cut. I don't really need Mismagius anymore, so I'm just gonna decide to sacrifice it and kind of stall out the Tailwind turns, and it peters out here. So I'm going to go into Deoxys S because I know that even if this thing has Bullet Punch, which he shows here, it can't OHKO Deoxys S. So I'm gonna Psycho Boost to finish it off. Now Mamoswine's going to come in here, and I'm just gonna go straight to Skarmory so I can burn some sleep turns. Gyarados unfortunately won't work since Freeze Dry is a thing, and I hadn't seen all its moves yet. Ice Shard, he gets a crit on, not really a big deal, as you'll see in a little bit. But he goes for the Icicle Crash, and I'm staying in to burn off sleep. And I guess he realizes what I'm doing, so he's gonna bring Crawdon out right now. And I wake up, I get the Roost off, which is excellent. That means Mamoswine won't bother me as long as I keep Skarmory healthy, but I go to Gyarados to drop this fool, figuring it's Bandit, and he shows Knockoff. Now, he goes back to Mamoswine, and I'm figuring, okay, since he's going back to Mamoswine, he's gotta have Freeze Dry. So I just go to Deoxys Speed to just to sack it. It's only gonna be able to get off one more attack before dying. So I figured that was as good a time as any. The Icicle crashes though. So I just go back to Skarmory, and here I set up spikes. Now, in hindsight, I kind of wish I didn't. I really wish I went for the Brave Bird there, just so I could put more damage on this Crawdon. But the reason I did it was because, you know, we're switching around a lot. We pretty much know which guys we're going to switch each of our guys into, that type of thing. So spikes would help, but I kind of regret it looking back on this game. But I go to Gyarados to get Intimidate. I let him finish it off with the Crab Hammer. I'm going to bring in Venusaur, since I figured he's locked in a Crab Hammer. It gives me a chance to Mega Evolve. He decides to just sack Talonflame since he can't spin away the hazards anymore. So there's no way Talonflame is going to be able to come in. And I predicted that. Go for the Synthesis. He brings Mamoswine in, and I figure I can stay in on this thing and take it on. He's fishing for flinches here for the Icicle Crash, and he gets the flinch here. And when he got it, my opponent was like, in the chat was like, there it is. And he goes for the Earthquake. It doesn't KO, and he's absolutely floored. And I was like, there it isn't. And I get the Synthesis off. So he's basically forced to fish for flinches again with Icicle Crash. And I'm trying to, I just needed Mamoswine to not get a flinch, and I could have kept Venusaur in and finished the last two. But he gets the flinch. I can't stay in because Earthquake was probably going to KO Venusaur. So I go to Skarmory expecting the Earthquake. He goes for the Icicle Crash. I Brave Bird and finish the Mamoswine off. He brings in his last, which is Crawdon. The problem now, though, is he's going to lock in a Crab Hammer, and because he is banded and has adaptability and all kinds of power, I would have to sack Venusaur. But there's no way I can actually win because he finishes Skarm off with the Crab Hammer. I lose the game, but the last crit on the Crab Hammer absolutely did not matter because I'm running Specially Defensive Skarm. That Crab Hammer does 68% minimum, and as you saw, it was at 66%. But that's gonna be it, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the battle. If you did, feel free to leave a thumbs up on that like button below. There is no love button on YouTube, but if you love the video, favorite the video and share it with your friends. Let them know that there's some Pokemon content here on this channel. But until next time, you guys take care. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.